Good morning, everybody. How is life treating you all? We hope that you're doing well out here this morning. My name is Jerry, and welcome to Coffee and Counters. I'm trying to get the right screen going. I'm not wide awake this morning, I guess. But just wanted to let you guys know that it's nice and warm here. Actually, going to get on a motorcycle tomorrow, I think, for a little bit. So it should be nice. I know there's already a big group already in here, 5 or 6 people. So good morning, Dicey Dave. How are you? Jackson, Mississippi, Michigan. Hopefully it's warmer there. Southwest Michigan, a lot of Michigan guys. I know the weather's been good there. I know that you guys need some snow. That's what you guys need. And Charles, how you doing? I know San Diego's always nice. So, man, it's been a kind of a weird week here. Do you ever get in one of those funks where you're not sure what you want to play and you're just kind of hanging out and trying to figure out, man, I'm bald and that light up above shining off there like it's I hope you guys noticed the new camera. So I got a new webcam. I was using a GoPro before because I had it. And somebody, Jester and a couple guys said, oh, you should just go get a webcam. They're really nice and inexpensive. But thankfully for some of you guys hooked me up with some coffee and some money from coffee. So I went and bought a new webcam. So I hope you guys like it. It looks like it's a little more me, where you don't get as much as the background, and the background's kind of blurred out a little bit. I guess that's the cool thing now, right? So yeah, so it's just I want to thank you guys for that. I appreciate I'm telling you guys, $3, $4, $5 at a time is huge. It makes a big difference, and it allows me to go out and buy stuff like this camera, so hopefully you guys can tell the difference. And like I said, I got a face made for radio, so I don't know if you guys want to see it too close, but it's going to work out, I think. This morning, I'm kind of like I said, I was back to trying to figure out what I wanted to play this week. Charles got some rain in San Diego. Nice. I always laugh when you talk about rain, because I lived in Texas for a long time, and we used to laugh that people would say, oh, yeah, it's raining. And I don't know if you guys ever saw Yellowstone, in the one episode where they're talking about rain, and the cowboy from Texas goes, rain? He says, I've heard of that thing, but I've never seen it. And they said, yeah, actually stuff comes out of the sky. And he goes, now you're making stuff up, but yeah, I'm glad somebody's getting some good rain. And let's see. Good morning from New Orleans. Good morning, Robert. How are you, buddy? Let's see. Paul's in the house. Hey, Paul, how are you doing? Good morning. And then, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it's supposed to be 73 here tomorrow. It's going to be really nice here today too, but the wind's going to blow a little bit. I need to actually get a little bit of work done. I'm launching a couple websites this week, and we're all done, but I've just got to do some final preliminary stuff and that sort of thing. William is in the house. Good morning. I think William needs a cup of coffee. He's like, good morning, coffee, and then he writes at what? Yeah, go get some coffee, William. You'll be all right. And thanks. I'm glad it does. Like I said, the GoPro was just a little, and it was harder to light. This has its own light in it and everything. So Christoph is in the house. How you doing, buddy? How's your game of Carrier going? It looks like you're having a lot of fun doing that. While we're sitting here having our little discussion, I'm breaking out. This is one of the games I've been wanting to play. So I'm kind of breaking it out and looking what I would have to. I hadn't seen this in a while. It's actually got a Anzac scenario book. I like this camera too because it focuses very well and quickly, which is kind of nice. Another scenario book. And then the cool thing is these counters are old man counters. They're awesome. Look how big those things are. And So, kind of looking at that, I may get this out on the table. I want to try that out a little bit. Good morning. How are you, sir? It comes with cool little cards. Like, check this out. It's got some nice little cards that come with it. So and there's two decks. So this is the action deck, and then there's a combat deck, which has a certain thing. And again, I just need to go look. I don't know how solo this is going to be, but we'll see. I'm gonna give it a shot, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, look at all the dice and the cubes it came with. So that's kind of cool. Oh, that I hope you guys got to check out the Zone of Control podcast. We had Jester on. I think that was a big hit. I've had a lot of people reach out and say that was a lot of fun. So I think we'll continue to keep that going until you guys don't want to watch it anymore. Yeah, I agree, Nick. It's I like having those big counters myself, but I've been what else have I been doing? It's been kind of, like I said, just kind of slow. I've been doing some content, getting some stuff ready for the summer because, as you guys know, sometimes I travel. So this year I want to make sure I'm still putting out content while I'm gone and can't do it. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, it was fun, and Jester's always fun to hang out with. So I don't know if you guys have noticed that on. Did you guys see Herman Lutman's Wharf Rat Games, A Forlorn Hope? It's a World War One game. I'll show it here to you in a minute. Let me put that up on the screen so you guys can check that out, or not. There we go. Add the stage. But they killed their goal. Look at their goal was like 10,000, and they got, no worries whatsoever there with the goal. But this game looks really intriguing. It's got again, I think with the stand-up counters, but they've unlocked all this other stuff, and I'll kind of show you what they've unlocked. So yeah, so now you get, I guess, premium cards. So they're going to have some nicely printed out cards, extra large counters for us old guys. They can't see. Dual layered battalion boards. I have no idea what that means. 2 draw bags. So that's one thing I've noticed in a lot of games lately is that they're putting draw bags in the games, which is kind of very cool, I think. They have a linen textured box, the board, custom meeple for scoring track. I don't know what that means. What's a meeple? And then their next is upgraded acrylic dice, and then a molded insert if they can get that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But yesterday, the Player's Aid came out with, and I did a little article on it on my blog about Flieger Core, which is a German solo war game that's going on. And this game, in fact, I'll go to their Kickstarter. This game looks really cool. A meeple is a token to place on the map. Oh, so it's just like a block or something, or okay, cool. Why do they call it a meeple? I guess I need to look that up. I think that's a Euro thing. I haven't seen. I think that's a Euro thing, but on this thing's pretty cool. So the one thing I like about it, it's a solo game. It's going to be, but the biggest thing is, folks, I don't know if you noticed this. It's a print and play game. So I wrote here, it's kind of funny, in my blog, I wrote, where's it at? Let's talk about print and play, right? You guys know my thoughts on print and play. I would much rather just spend the money on a game and get the game. A meeple is a pseudo-human looking game. Oh, okay. Okay, now I know what that is. Okay. And Okay. I now I know what it is. I guess I just was having a brain fart there for a minute. But so this, I mean, this looks real. Like when I'm scrolling through, the first time I scrolled through, I was just kind of scrolling through, and I'm like, man, the graphics look amazing. Really nice cards, a little Axis and Allies ish for my liking, but I mean, it looked cool. And then I watched the video, and it looks really neat. And then I realized that it's a print and play game. So none of my stuff is going to look that cool. I mean, I wish it would, but none of my stuff is going to look that cool. It just won't. And because I just don't have the arts and crafts talent that it takes to make it look that good, you know? So it's just one of those things where I just I'll wait till it comes out in the box set. I like the idea and I like the game itself, I think. But it just yeah, if I've got to print all this stuff out myself, it ain't gonna work. Um yeah, I can't draw a stick figure, let alone cut and paste and copy. I have a hard enough time. I play some of these sports games and you gotta print and play, which I do like because you buy a season and so you're buying teams. If you had to print all that out, that'd be really expensive. Where I could put them into a notebook and use them that way. But this is something you have to use, right? Yeah, I'm the same way, Rob. Just give me a game that has pieces in it, and this would be a good game, I think, for like Blue Panther or somebody to take over and jump on board. Look, it's the same. Now, I will say the rule book. You can go and download the rule book, which is kind of cool. But it's almost like this game where they could have done this print and play too, but it's going to be so much cooler with a game board and all these little pieces, and it's like grown up Stratego almost. This game looks like it's going to be. So I'm yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool. It just it's one of those things where you're kind of, I don't know, when you're looking at this stuff, you're how much is the juice worth the squeeze, as they say, right? When you sit there and you have to figure all that out and cut and paste, and some people, I guess, maybe that's part of the game, right? That's part of the fun that they're having. Um, I mean, maybe it's kind of funny because Jester. It's funny that we were talking about this in the green room the other day. Jester hates setting up games. You know, to me, I love setting up, a war game and getting the map out and putting the pieces out and that sort of thing and taking my time. I like doing that. Um, Now, a game like I Napoleon or Mr. President, that's a setup, right? That's a pretty long setup, and the game can be over pretty quickly. But again, I still like setting the games up. Where were we? Behind here. Yeah, again, Christoph. What'd you get from Noble Knight? I just sent a bunch of games to Noble Knight. I'm hoping so. My next purchases from Noble Knight, I want to get some Blind Sword series games. Yeah, that's true, right, Christoph? It's just kind of, um, it's what. Hey, Bert. Also, I sent you a DM. Looks like I'm going to be in your neck of the woods in March, in the middle of March, for the ASL March Madness thing that they've got going on there. I sent you a note. If you could check your email, that would be great. Yeah, it's just Anthony sent me a Lambo game, and it's in a book, but you still got to cut the counters out and all that. And he did look. He already printed the counters for me, so all I got to do is cut them. So I'll get that out, and but it's one of those things. I'm just kind of Stellar Horizons. That is that a GMT game? I'm not familiar with that. Um, so also, what do you guys have you guys been watching some of the live games? Do you guys like watching, like I love watching like Tony and Ruff and Nate. They played Tank Duel with Mike Botticelli the other day. I really like watching those sorts of things on where people are just kind of playing. Hexy and Wardrobe do the same thing, and Camp Sawyer, Ross, those guys do the same thing with their Civil War games. And I have to say, it's kind of cool that they did that. So, but do you guys like watching that? I've been thinking about trying to get a weekly series. Like I'm doing that with Dave, or I'm sorry, Doug from Battlefield Banter. In fact, we're going to play Thursday, Italy, Italy 43. We're going to play on Thursday. But I don't know. Do you guys like watching that? And if you do, um, let me know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just pulled it up. So it's kind of, yeah, I just decided to pull it up here and let's see. And it looks, I do like these intergalactic frontier type games. It does look good. Um, it looks like there's some, it looks like a pretty complicated, look at that big board and everything, but that looks cool. So Bert, you're going to have to tell us about that when you get it all set up and played and everything. Yeah, I'm not a Tank Duel fan myself, but I just like the banter between those guys. It's always fun to watch. It's always fun to watch people playing games and things like that. So I do like the GB. So here I am vacillating so much on Three Dog. I canceled it, then I ordered it, then I canceled it again. So I don't know if I want to get back that, dive down into. So I'm going to try Blind Swords. I like the chit driven thing. I'm going to try and give that a chance there. You got the first day game. Oh, okay. Yeah, and see, so Bert, I need to check that out too, because like I said, I'm interested in watching the Blind Swords thing. Um, yeah, and you know what I do, Rob? It's kind of funny. Like when those guys are on, I'm usually working. I'm always at my computer. Um, so I'll work while I've got it on in the background. It's almost like a podcast to me, where I'm not paying really. I'm sorry, not an email, Bert. I sent you a Facebook message. I don't have your email address. If you could send me your email address, that would be great. But yeah, the Blind Swords thing, I'm really curious on that. Oh, also somebody had reached out and said they found a Swashbuckler, a copy of Swashbuckler that they found for a good price, and they were going to send me. I just need to Venmo them, so I just need them to send me that so I can. Yeah. So, guys, Bandit, if you guys don't know, is our cat, and our cat. This is the reason I have this back here, is because the cat likes to play Godzilla and go up there. And it's weird. If I'm playing the game, the cat will not jump up there. If I sit down at that chair and I take that top off and I'm playing the game, cat never jumps up there. If I walk away from that desk and I don't put that cover on, Godzilla's up there taking things away. Um, so yeah, that's why. So that's the Bandit thing. Yeah, and I look, I do that all day long. I'll have, I'll go and I'll listen to. I know it's kind of crazy, but I really like DJ music, like old school DJ R&B stuff like that. So I'll always have a YouTube channel going on with that. Um, I'll have a history channel thing going on. I've always got something going on. It drives my wife crazy because she's like, "How do you concentrate on what you're doing?" But or I'll listen to an audio book or something. And I just like having multiple things going on. And man, we've got 21 people in here already this month. It's crazy how many of you guys get up and hang out on a Tuesday morning with me. That's really cool. Somebody asked, well, why do you do it on Tuesday morning? I'm like, I'd be doing this any Tuesday morning. I don't really jump into any of my quote unquote work stuff until about 8 o'clock. So, I'll go get on the treadmill after this and do a half hour, 45 minutes, then I'll go to work. And so it just it works out pretty well. And I'm glad you guys get to come by and hang out. Thanks, Bert. I appreciate you. Oh, I do it all the time. Even in high school, I remember, high school and college, I remember always having music when I'm studying. I can't do it otherwise. Let's see. What else are you guys looking forward to getting? I know there's not a lot out there that I'm really looking forward to get. I am looking forward to getting combat combat commander Vietnam. I am looking forward to trying that out. Um, I never thought I would be oh, and also, man, rest in peace, Robert Duvall. Um, what a we just lost a great actor there. I remember back in the day, back in like 1979, I think it was the was the first time I saw Apocalypse Now, and still one of my favorite movies. And of course, he's amazing in that movie. And if you if you get a chance, you should go check it out. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure most of you have seen it, but it's yeah, Dick. So see, you're already up, so it doesn't matter. Coast Watchers, yeah. So I'm kind of anxious about that. Um, yeah, I'm kind of anxious about that. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence, but it looks kind of cool. Christoph. Yeah, that's true. So music, I look. I love music, and I'll give you guys a quick story. I was in the military, and back in 1982, I had to report to my ship because I was getting ready to go to the submarine I was going to, and I went to the LY Spear in Norfolk, and it was Thanksgiving, the eve of Thanksgiving, and I get to the boat. I'm 18 years old. I turned 18 in boot camp, and the next day I had to do some laundry because I didn't do laundry when I was on at home on leave. So I went across the street. There was a laundromat across the street, and I'll never forget. On Thanksgiving Day, I'm sitting in this laundromat, and you guys know how laundromats are. They smell, and it wasn't a great situation. I was missing home, and Marvin Gaye's "Sexual Healing" just played over and over and over on the jukebox in there. So now, when most people hear sexual, healing, they get all excited. Oh, that's a romantic. No, for me, it takes me back to doing laundry in Norfolk, Virginia. So there's a little antidote for you guys. Nice. And yeah, so it's yeah, I love Duvall and some of the quotes he has in Apocalypse Now. It's just classic. And then of course he's been in, Godfather and all these other cool things. And oh wow, I did not know that. I love Marvin Gaye stuff, and totally new to wargaming. So what's your favorite what war game got you into the hobby? What's your favorite game so far in an outdoor recovery? Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. I'm brewing coffee too. I need a second cup actually. Yeah, Ian, you'll like it here. Yeah, Lonesome Dove. So that was great. I really liked him in Days of Thunder too. I'm a big Tom Cruise fan, but that show there's a scene in there where he walks up and he goes, "Hey, I want you to go out and hit the pit car." And Tom Cruise's character says, "Hit the pit car? Why would I do that?" He says, "Because you've hit every other damn thing on the track. You might as well hit the pit car." And yeah, he's a great actor. We're gonna miss him for sure. And so, Ian, yeah, what's your favorite war game for a new war gamers? That's interesting to know. I started playing in 1978, so it's been a few years since I've been a new war gamer. What were your guys' first games in wargaming? Let's see. Oh, it's kind of funny when you look back and see some of the games that I used to play. And in fact, I'm thinking about doing a podcast or my video thing on games that I wanted as a kid that I never got because they were a lot of the SBI games were always cool looking, but I never bought them, and I'm glad I didn't because after hearing about them. But oh yeah, Memoir 44. So I like playing that, but I really like the Command and Colors Napoleonics better. I don't know why. I think I'd really like the Memoir 44 if I could play the big, um, if I could play the big games, where you see them out and out and about. Ian says, found book with model age Sigma. Okay. Well, cool. Well, I'm glad you're stopping by. Glad you're, how'd you find out about coffee and counters? That's we're a pretty small chat. Well, even though we got 2,000 subscribers, I do thank you. Midway, that's a classic, right? Charles, speak for yourself. Charles is a nice guy. I don't know about the rest of these knuckleheads, but Charles is a nice guy. 3.5 years in Wargame. Wow. Patton's best back in the 90s. Yeah. So that's another game that I had back in the day. Crazy Heart. I guess I need to see that. I don't know what that one is, Nick. I need to find out about that. Look, I think we all played Stratego. Look, Stratego, Risk. I don't know if you got, and let me see how many thousands of people I can push into there. But I didn't really, I guess at the time I didn't consider that a war game. Yeah, Dicey Dave. My first one was Squad Leader, and that's why I'm demented, I think. Third Reich. I love Third Reich. I have a copy of the third edition, I think it is. I haven't played that in years, but it is Gettysburg, 1963. So I have the other Gettysburg, the new Avalon Hill. Well, it's not new. It was in the 70s, the second version of that, which I still have. Walk. Let's see. Red Star, White Star. Yeah. So it's kind of funny. Those games, Red Star, White Star, NATO, CA, all those little flat games. I used to really Foxbat and Phantom. I don't know if you guys remember all that stuff. SPI, Onslaught. I could see that. Richtofen's War. I got a copy of that right back there. I haven't played that, Nate. That was a lot of fun. Richtofen's War was a lot of fun to play. Yeah, I back in the day, B-17. I put a bunch of time in there. Walk on Rhyme. Yes, it is a great game. So since talking about singers, if you guys have not seen I'm not a Bruce Springsteen fan, but that movie was really, really good. And so was Song Sung Blue. That movie was exceptional. Really, really good. If you guys if you guys like that sort of thing. Oh, Gesture like he was almost on cue the other day. He goes off on these rants, and it is so funny because you don't know what's going to trigger him, but once he gets triggered, it's no holds barred, right? He just goes to town and just starts rambling, and it's great stuff. I love listening to it. Panzer Blitz still a classic. I have a copy of that myself, and I haven't played it in years, but I used to. I love how the counters are old school and the old school NATO symbols. I really like that. Finished fourth game of Castle. Yeah, so I hear that's really good. That's one game that I have not picked up, but I hear that is really good. And I hear that you can play it over and over again. It's supposed to be one of those that you can just continue to play. Let's see. Let me yeah, that's one that I've always been I've been interested in looking at. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and that's another thing too is I wanted to thank you guys for joining the Facebook group. Man, we all of a sudden got a big boost in the Facebook group. Um, I think we're up to almost 200 people in the Cardboard Commander Facebook group. So if you haven't gone over there, yeah, 188 people in the Facebook group. So if you guys haven't gone over there, there's some great stuff on AARs. People are posting some pictures, which is what I like. I like people posting pictures of games and that sort of thing, and that's what's really kind of happening in that group. So I really do, I do like that part and everything. I'm looking at. I was looking at what else. 58. Always wanted to collect, but finances back then. Yeah, well, good for you. Yeah, hang in there. I know that's a tough road. I have a good friend. So I have a good friend who I play ASL with, and he's been clean for 20 some years, and he's a lawyer, and it just he tells me some stories of back in the day. So I know that's a tough climb. So I'm glad you found a way out of it, and good luck with that. Wargaming is a good way to do that. All right, buddy. Take care, Rob. We'll talk to you soon. Enjoy your day. Try not to work too hard. We're not going to be here for too much longer. A couple more minutes. I don't know. This week we're going to have a short Zone of Control podcast because the Compass podcast is on the same day. So we'll just have an hour. I think I already know what the topic's going to be. But hey, if you guys have some topics for me, let me know what you guys want to hear and what you. I've had a few people say they want to hear more just about my gaming experiences and stuff like that. I just think that's kind of boring to people, but I don't know. I've had multiple people asking me more about my opinions on wargaming and stuff like that. So I may do some more of that. All right, Paul, take care, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon. Hopefully, we'll see you on Thursday. So, all right, everybody. I think everybody's had enough. It's time to get out of here. I hope you guys have a great week. Make sure you check out Zone of Control podcast on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be there, and before we go over to Compass to see what they've got going on. So, folks, we'll let you go. Thanks again for the donations, so I get this nice camera. So that's really nice. I don't know how you guys may regret that after seeing my faces up close for a few days. But until next time, everybody, be safe, be kind. Happy wargaming, everybody. Take care.